Well, folks, we've got alert day conditions less than 24 hours away after a quiet night. We're tracking 2 lines of storms. We'll do that together using Future Track.
Also, electric companies working to bring back power to everyone, while some folks are able to get theirs quicker than others. And later, 2 Madison apartments made for those at risk of homelessness have a new buyer. What's next for the residents who still live there? We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. And right now, with southern Wisconsin still recovering from the storms we saw on Tuesday, the area could be in for another round of severe weather tomorrow heading into this holiday weekend. For more, let's check your first warn forecast and Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Eric, I thought that picture of Lake Mendota behind you and then out here in the patio, this is just how it's been going with these alert day conditions. Beautiful weather preceding alert day conditions, and you would just not know that these storms are on their way to southern Wisconsin with such a gorgeous night ahead. But we do have alert day conditions in the forecast for Friday for all hazards, not just wind and hail. We have the tornado threat back in the forecast here for Friday. I'll explain a little bit more coming up in Maine weather, some of the ingredients that will be going in to those different hazards. 77 right now in Madison. It's gorgeous out there. The Lake Mendota scene is very pretty. Dry air right now, but that humidity is going to be increasing. That's one of the ingredients you need for severe weather as we go on into alert day Friday. Temperatures across Dane County, upper 70s to right around 80. Can't be beat for the end of May, and the same goes for all of southern Wisconsin, even in 81 degrees to the south in Janesville, up to the north in Camp Douglas. We got a 76 degrees. But the risk for severe weather as we go on into your Friday, look at this line of thunderstorms. A bow echo could be moving through southern Wisconsin. What a bow echo is a line of thunderstorms with damaging winds. So winds are the primary threat on your Friday morning. If we can get some dry time and temperatures to warm up back into the 70s, and it looks like that will be the case on Friday, then at this point tomorrow night, right around 6 o'clock, we could be tracking thunderstorms with large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. Coming up in Maine weather, I'm going to break down 2 scenarios on how this severe weather event may unfold on Friday.
All right, Alex, we know many people are still cleaning up, and there are some rule changes for brush drop-off sites. The sites at Sycamore and South Point in Madison, which are typically closed on Wednesdays, they will be open next Wednesday, the 29th, so you can drop off brush anytime between 7:30 in the morning and 7 at night. You will need proof of residency or taxpayer status. The city is allowing residents to make multiple trips to sites for brush only until June 1st. And in Middleton, crews will start picking up debris Tuesday morning at 7. Tree limbs or branches should not exceed 6 inches in diameter. You shouldn't place any brush on the street. Make sure it's parallel to the curb, and Middleton says crews will collect debris as long as there is a need. Now, power continues to be slowly restored to our area after thousands lost it in the storms. And check out the outage numbers now from Alliant Energy. Right now, Dane County with the most, with just under 400 outages. All other impacted counties have fewer than 30 outages. Meanwhile, Madison Gas and Electric, they are calling this one of the largest outages in their history. For the latest on the progress they are making, we go now to News 3 Now's Maddie Heimsch. She is live in one of the impacted neighborhoods from all these power outages tonight. Maddie?
Yeah, Eric, at the peak of this week's storms, Madison Gas and Electric reported 46,000 outages. Now, they have that number down to about 5,000. In one neighborhood on the southwest side of Madison, it's anyone's guess who has power and who doesn't. I spoke with one resident who's been powerless for 48 hours. He said his neighbors have been sharing their electricity, but he's nervous about this weekend's weather.
Supposedly storms tomorrow, so if they don't get it done today, who knows what'll happen from there. You know, just trying to go with the flow, not getting too excited about it.
Tom Potter said crews have been out since early this morning working on cleanup efforts for the downed trees and power lines. In the case of another outage in the coming days, Madison Gas and Electric recommends customers to be prepared with water, food, and necessary medical equipment. We'll continue to follow those conditions. For now, reporting live in Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie, thank you. To Rock County now, where a former coach at Craig High School in Janesville will spend nearly 20 years in prison for secretly recording students in a girls' locker room. In December of last year, Brian Kitzman pleaded guilty to 19 felony counts. That includes 12 counts of possessing, distributing, or exhibiting an intimate representation of a minor. And today, the judge sentenced Kitzman to a total of 19 years prison time. He will then be on 19 years extended supervision. After that, he will be on the sex offender registry for 15 years. In Beloit, the suspect who stabbed a person before being shot and killed by police has been identified. 54-year-old Gregory Tracy of South Beloit, Illinois, died in that May 16th incident. It happened in the 2000 block of Frederick Street in Beloit. Officers say they found a woman who had been stabbed. Investigators say a person was seen armed with an edged weapon, making threats to harm another person believed to be in that home. One officer tried to use a less lethal option to stop the suspect, but was unsuccessful. The second officer then shot and killed the suspect. And the victim in a deadly crash in Rock County has now been identified. 60-year-old Thomas Bobzine of Milton was pronounced dead at Mercy Trauma Center following a crash. Happened at the intersection of North Britt Road and West Fenrick Road Sunday night. The vehicle, they say, failed to make a turn, entered the ditch, crashed into a tree. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says speed was a factor in this crash. Well, after months on the market, two of Madison's first apartment complexes dedicated to housing people at risk of homelessness now have a buyer. Sinair is a Michigan-based company with some ties to Madison, expecting to finalize the sale by the end of the month. Our Braden Ross brings us the details and what's next for the residents who are still living there.
These complexes have been through a lot since they first opened, but now the city and the company planning to buy them is hoping this can be a fresh start.
We think we're in much better shape than we have been.
If you asked Jim O'Keefe about the future of the Tree Lane and Rethke Terrace apartments just 6 months ago, his outlook would have been a little different than it is today.
It seemed like a lot of concentration of challenges.
That's when the two complexes went up for sale. Residents told they'd have to find somewhere else to go by the spring.
We now have a new opportunity to utilize these properties, not entirely in the same way that we had once envisioned, but importantly, they are going to remain affordable.
They were the first properties in Madison to take a housing-first approach, focusing on people at risk of homelessness. But poor property management led to issues, the city even declaring them chronic nuisances due to a high number of police calls.
We believed that Heartland Housing was positioned to be successful at these properties. So I'm very much aware of saying the same kinds of things.
Last July, the original owners, Heartland Housing, gave the properties up, but now they've found new ownership.
I don't think any of them, other than Sinair, was interested in maintaining some support for families or individuals struggling with homelessness.
This week, the Madison Common Council approved the sale to Michigan-based company Sinair, a nonprofit developer with offices here in Madison.
Much of the affordability aspect will be retained. The real focus on housing first will be diminished. 11 units at Tree Lane and roughly 20 units at Rethke.
The rest of the units will still be affordable. The city hopes the property management issue will be helped by having a Madison-based company in charge. There are only a handful of residents still living here at the Tree Lane apartments and over at the Rethke Terrace apartments. The city and Sinair hope to have the sale closed by the end of the month. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
The Greater Madison Metropolitan Planning Organization is asking community members to complete a survey regarding their experience using the current bus system. Survey results will help the organization with the Transit Development Plan, which guides service and facility improvements and also budgets of Metro Transit. It'll also build on recent changes to the current system, such as the transit network redesign and the planned opening of Madison's first bus rapid transit line later this year. The survey ends June 24th. You can find a link to it at the story at channel3000.com. Flight training will continue tonight for pilots with the, the Wisconsin Air National Guard. Fighter jets will take off from Truax Field on the east side between 8 and 11 tonight. It's part of required nighttime training for the 115th Fighter Wing. The National Guard says it'll use flight paths to minimize noise for residents on the east side. Similar trainings were conducted just last night. The Biden administration announced this week another $7.7 billion of student loans will be canceled. This is expected to have an impact on many public sector workers here in Wisconsin, including teachers. U.S. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona tells us this loan forgiveness can be crucial to help keep those like teachers or nurses in their professions.
If we're trying to keep our educators in the classroom and give our students the best chance to succeed, programs like this are critical. If we want to address the nursing shortage area and not only recruit folks into the profession, but keep them there.
The loan forgiveness is targeted for public sector employees and those enrolled in 2 different income-driven plans. Still to come on News 3 Now at 6, a new way to detect colon cancer, the new blood test looking for FDA approval, plus how a local veterinary clinic is helping support those struggling to make ends meet. Stay with us.
watching News 3 Now at 6. Brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's Memorial Day sale. $1 million in inventory must be sold. Two-piece sofa and love seat or sectional only $9.99. Recliners from $2.99. Lift recliners $9.99. No interest financing for 12 months. Only at A1 Furniture.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. So get your summer started off right with amazing Memorial Day savings throughout the store. Like these 50-foot Woods extension cords, just $12.99. This new Charbroil gas grill, only $189.99. Assorted Milkbone, canine carryouts, and pepperoni dog treats as low as $4.99. And this Friday through Sunday, we're offering all veterans and active military an extra 10% off their entire purchase. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
So how green is your thumb? Here at the Bruce Company, it doesn't matter if you're a seasoned gardener or a newbie.
When you come to the Bruce Company, you'll get expert advice from their knowledgeable team. You'll find beautiful plants, pots, and garden art, plus creative ideas and solutions. The Bruce Company has all the tools you'll need to bring your dream garden to life.
So dream big and get growing with help from the Bruce Company.
The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts.
It's A1 Furniture's Memorial Day sale on now. Incredible prices on Spring Air mattresses. Queen size from $2.99. Get a free adjustable base with purchase of mattress $9.99 or more. Only at the A1 Furniture and Mattress Memorial Day sale.
When severe storms threatened our area Tuesday,
Winds between 55 to 65 miles per hour.
we brought you wall-to-wall team coverage with the information you needed to be prepared and stay safe.
Get to the lowest, most interior portion of your home.
News 3 Now, first warn weather. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A case of bird flu has been reported in a farm worker in Michigan. This is now the second human case reported as part of the ongoing U.S. virus outbreak linked to cattle. State and federal health officials say that worker had regular exposure to infected livestock and was being monitored due to that exposure. The person reported only eye symptoms and has recovered. In March, a case in Texas was reported. That patient had also recovered with no lasting issues. Health officials say the risk to general public remains low. A veterinary clinic in Madison is aiming to raise funds to help families and their pets. Precision Veterinary Clinic is a low-cost vet clinic that supports those facing financial difficulties. And through its Spay It Forward fund, they give financial assistance to their clients who are struggling to make ends meet and pay for animal care. We spoke with one employee who shared what makes her passionate about supporting the beloved pets in our community.
So being able to help animals, get to their forever homes or helping them stay in their forever homes and be healthy is just something that is really nice and just makes me feel good about my job. So I fell into it, I love it, and I've stayed ever since.
Currently, Precision Veterinary has $1,000 available in its Spay It Forward fund, which is the most they say they've ever had. Information on how you can donate can be found online. A simple blood test to detect colon cancer could move a step closer to approval by the Food and Drug Administration. It is called SHIELD, and it screens for early signs of colorectal cancer. The test would not replace other screening methods that are commonly used, but FDA approval would make it more widely available and broadly covered as other screening options. The test would be for colorectal cancer screening in those 45 or older who are at average risk of the disease. It would not be recommended for those who are high risk, like those with personal or family histories of the disease. Still ahead, T-Mobile users could soon be paying more for their phone service plans, where the company says it's raising prices. Plus, this could be the busiest Memorial Day travel period in years. What you need to know to get to your destination on time. And as those people prepare to travel, what's the weather looking like over the holiday weekend? Alex is back. A complete look at your forecast after a short break.
Hand-pay jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Spruce up your lawn with help from Menards. Plus, get an 11% rebate on everything. Find everything from lawn bags to fertilizer, gardening tools, and more. Works Outdoor Power Tools have everything you need to maintain your yard. They're perfect to get the job done quick and easy. Right now, this Works 20-volt cordless string trimmer edger and leaf blower combo kit is just $109.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, and Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Mortgage rates fell for the 3rd straight week. The standard 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged just below 7%. That's according to Freddie Mac. That's the lowest level since early April, but rates are still higher than in anything seen in the decade leading up to the year 2022. That's not the only issue either plaguing the housing market. There still does not appear to be enough supply for interested buyers. T-Mobile raising prices on some of its plans. Some customers will see a $5 hike per phone line every month on their phone bills. The company confirmed its price increase on X, saying it is, quote, adjusting prices to respond to rising costs. Select customers will see either a $2 or $5 increase as early as next month. Well, today kicks off the Memorial Day travel period for many Americans. Experts say almost 44 million people in the U.S. could soon be going on vacation for the weekend. That would make it the busiest Memorial Day weekend in almost 20 years. Amy Kiley has tips to help your travel go smoothly.
AAA predicts this will be the busiest Memorial Day travel period since 2005. It forecasts almost 44 million people will venture more than 50 miles from home. Today could be especially hectic on the roads.
Thursday and Friday are work days for most people, so you're going to have a mix of commuters, just people going to work, and travelers trying to hit the road.
AAA suggests planning ahead to avoid rush hour.
And have everything done ahead of time. So that means fill your tank the night before. Don't wait till that morning of. Pack an emergency kit. Pack up the car the night before if possible. Try to avoid running those last-minute errands.
Officials also remind those enjoying festivities not to drink and drive.
If you feel different and you don't think you should be driving, you shouldn't be driving.
For air travel in particular, the FAA predicts the busiest Memorial Day period in 14 years.
Keep that in mind. People, when they travel these long holiday weekends, oftentimes they're not like the business traveler that sort of like moves quickly during, through security. So just keep that in mind and give yourself just extra time.
Another potential factor this year is severe weather. Even those who avoid it en route could possibly encounter recent storm damage when they arrive. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
All right, now for return trips, AAA suggests avoiding the roads on Sunday and Monday afternoon. That's when most folks will be on their way home. And the question now is, will the weather cooperate? Here's Alex with a complete forecast. I don't know, Alex. This doesn't look like one of the better Memorial Day weekend forecasts.
Depends on how you look at it, right? Eric, look at this. Which day do you want to pick here, Saturday or Sunday? You got a nice day on Saturday, but then Sunday, not so nice. And the travel conditions won't be that great on Sunday either, because we are expecting heavy rain with the potential for some thunderstorms as well on Sunday. Breezy conditions. We'll look at Memorial Day Monday in just a second. So my pick, Saturday, 72. I might get a chance to sneak out to the farm. But before Saturday, we have alert day conditions for Friday. Yes, this is not a repeat. This is actual Friday. More alert day conditions are expected. We'll break down the potential for 2 lines of thunderstorms on Friday in just a second. Always like to talk about the good stuff, not just the bad stuff. 77's the good stuff. South-southwest wind at 6 miles per hour, and that dew point's low. It's dry. Gorgeous out. Great evening to be out on the lake, and there are plenty of people out there on the lake enjoying the nice weather conditions. Upper 70s, we said we do 77, 78. Verified for our Thursday evening. We'll do about 80 over in Boscoville, still at 81 in Janesville, and up in Juneau and Adams counties, you're in the middle 70s. So beautiful evening. Not such a beautiful Friday. Now I'm going to transition to the not such good stuff and very important information to share. Storm Prediction Center has expanded that site risk all the way up to the Dells. That marginal risk, even for Juneau and Adams and Marquette and Green Lake counties, still means business, because we do have the potential for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds across all of southern Wisconsin. Here's one interpretation of how this could pan out. Line of thunderstorms rapidly moving through southern Wisconsin, stretching from Juneau and Adams County clear down to Platteville in a bow shape. When you get that bow shape, that usually means gusty winds on the leading edge of that line of thunderstorms. If we can get enough heating behind it, as I pause here, right around 3, 4 o'clock, temperatures getting into the mid to upper 70s out ahead of a cold front that sets the stage for round number 2 to sweep across southern Wisconsin. This round could have the tornado threat on Friday afternoon going into your Friday evening. But it's quick. It's out of here by the time we get to midnight. So that's certainly the good news here. Let's recap the risks. The morning risks, moderate chance for wind. I think the threat for hail is low overall on Friday. If we get that break, if we get that warming, then the tornado risk goes up to the moderate level on Friday afternoon. That's scenario number 1. Those storms clear out. We get the instability, the humidity to build up. We also have other ingredients. The winds will be favorable for severe thunderstorms on Friday. That would increase the evening storm chance if the morning storms clear out rather quickly. Scenario number 2, this is my rule of thumb. You got to get these showers and storms out of here no later than, say, noon. But if they hang on into the afternoon, the clouds linger into the afternoon, that lowers the storm energy, even with other favorable ingredients, and that would lower the evening severe chance if we have morning showers and thunderstorms going into the afternoon. After our alert day conditions, there's the nice of the 2 days in our holiday weekend. Memorial Day itself there, not too bad, around 70 degrees. That chance of showers is a bit less on Monday. We will have some dry time as well.
And coming up in sports, Steve Stricker near the top of the leaderboard at another Champions Tour major. The one hole that cost him the top spot after round 1 is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ryder Chip, just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your home renewal with 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. you can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Let's hit the road. The road to winning at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel, Clinton, Iowa. You're just a short drive away from a weekend full of fun, food, and winning. Plenty of slots calling your name, table games too. Or watch and wager on the games in our DraftKings Sportsbook. There's something for everyone at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel, Clinton. You'd rather be here.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Last year, Steve Stricker won the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship to claim his 6th major on the Champions Tour, and it capped off a special weekend for the Stricker family. His youngest daughter, Izzy, was on the bag for her dad, making her caddy debut. Well, fast forward to this year's Senior PGA Championship, it's older sister Bobby's turn to caddy for their dad. And Stricker had a great round, except on 16. Needing to chip it in for par, Strick rolls it right by the pin. He'd 2-putt for double bogey. Stricker, though, finished 5 under. He's currently 2 shots off the lead. Now, Jerry Kelly, also in action, and the 2-time AmFam champ rolls in a birdie to move to 1 under. He finished 2 under. He's currently tied for 22nd after the first round. Well, Matt LaFleur says his team's nearly perfect OTA attendance boils down to 2 things: Jordan Love being there, and that it's still a relatively young squad. His quarterback, on the other hand, had another idea, and it starts with how last season finished. That loss to the 49ers, well, it was a game that the Packers felt they gave away. So they're using that ending as motivation during their off-season workouts.
You make it to the playoffs, it's going to be a tough loss, or you're winning the whole thing. So, you know, last year, obviously, that 49ers game being that close and a game that, you know, we had right there and we kind of let slip away from us, it's tough. But it definitely fueled us. I mean, everybody was hungry in the locker room after and ready to get back to work and ready to get back here. And that's why, I mean, everybody being here, you can see how hungry guys are to get back to work.
And on the ice, the WCHA schedule is almost set for the Badger women's hockey team. They'll start league play at home for a series against Duluth during the 2nd week of October. They're at Minnesota on October 18th and 19th and at Ohio State on November 15th and 16th. Mark Johnson and company will host the Gophers and Buckeyes on back-to-back weekends during the first 2 weeks of February. The exact dates and times for UW's home games will be set at a later date. We're already talking about hockey.
All right.
Can't even get to the summer yet.
Looking ahead. And we're trying to get through a weekend, a holiday weekend for many, and hopefully some sunshine in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is some sunshine in there. Sunshine tonight and sunshine on Saturday, the first half of the holiday weekend. The second half looking like a washout at this point. But we have to get through alert day conditions first on Friday. Hail, gusty winds, and a couple tornadoes not out of the question tomorrow.
All right, Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us at 6. Have a great evening. We'll be back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10.